Boom! It's Justin coming at you from Orion Lending with another edition of this special edition of this edition and the edition of Loan Officer Edition. And the reason why I'm covering that, obviously, I'm in the business, but I just wanted to keep it real with you guys so that you can keep in touch with yourself to go out there and be the best you. So, yes, I have plenty of experience working with high-producing loan officers. I will tell you one thing that is pretty common with all the top producing loan officers that I know of. They know their guidelines about as good as an underwriter does. Like, they could take a Pepsi challenge with an underwriter. They can challenge what actually is a guideline and what is not a guideline with the best of them. That is what I do all day long, and trust me, I verify guidelines all day long. That's just one of the job titles that comes with being an AE, but the top producing loan officers know what the heck it is that they are talking about. So that comes down to calculating effective income. I will tell you right now, some of the top producing loan officers have my head spinning on how they came up with the income on certain deals. Right. But you can do that. You want to be a really good income calculator? Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep, beep, beep. Really? Get with some MI companies. They have the best training around. Get with MI companies. If you need a reference to get some material so you can calculate income effectively when you're sitting down with the borrower, imagine that. You're sitting with your borrower, they hand you the tax returns, and you're like, beep, boop, bop, boop, beep, 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 boop, bop, minus beep. And then there you go. That's what we're working with. And you know when you do that, you are going to earn the business. That is what happens. That brings value to you as an individual in this game that is a mortgage game. So, know where to also find your guidelines. If you have questions in your own head, research it online. Google can be your best friend. Check it out. Google FHA Handbook 4000.1. You'll be amazed what happens. Google FHA condo lookup if you want to find out what condos are approved on FHA. VA the same, conventional guidelines same, VA guidelines the same. Jumbo investors are not typically posting guidelines online because they're all overlaid guidelines. They're specific to the individual lender that you're working with. One thing I'm also going to tell you is this. You have a few different types of borrowers. I laughed when I had a loan officer tell me that their 600 credit score DPA borrower that made $200,000 a year was rate shopping them because they didn't like what they were being quoted and they can't save $1 for a down payment. I laughed at that. But when you're working with an A-paper borrower, know what you're asking for up front. You have to. If you're working with a first-time home buyer that is just trying to get into a home, there's a little bit more flexibility or leniency for coming back to them with conditions. So trust me when I'm telling you, know who it is that you are working with. It's super important to understand the borrower that you have in front of your face. Know your guidelines, know your borrowers, know what lenders are doing what programs, and you will be a success and not have to sell only rate. Anyway, thanks guys so much. Have a nice day.